Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite photographer, Divan Sasuko. So on this video, I'm going to show you guys how to retouch your image using the frequency separation action and also cleaning up the backdrop and adding a window effect to it, which is this. So without wasting much time, let's just get to it. And if you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe and also like and share this video for more tutorials coming up. So without wasting much time, let's just get to it. So what I'm going to do right now is I want to get rid of this part. So I'm just going to duplicate the background layer, then I'll pick on the lasso tool and I'll just crop this part which I don't want out. So I'm going to do the same in this other side as well. So after doing that, I'm just going to right click, then click on this, then I'll now hit OK. So I'll now wait for it to actually load for me automatically. So just be patient while it loads. So sometimes this might not take too long. So after loading, you can now see it has gotten rid of that. So I'll deselect the selection. And what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to hit on the frequency separation 16-bit. So after loading, I'll change this to 4 because I want the radius to be 4. And now hit OK. So this is once it's done loading. So the low frequency is actually for the skin color, and the high frequency is actually for the skin texture, which I will be using to get rid of the blemishes and other scar on the face. So after this, I'm going to pick the mixer brush. So make sure the mixer brush is clean and the weight is at 30, flow 30, mix 30, and flow 30. Once everything is being inputted, you're good to go. So I'll just resize the brush to the size which I want. So I'll now start brushing. I'll make sure I zoom it in a bit. So I'm just going to brush. While doing yours, you need to be actually careful with this. You don't get rid of the shadows or the highlight, but you just try blending the two. So I'll just be doing that here. So you can now see the before, here, and after. I'll now pick on the high frequency. So I'll now hit the clone stamp. So I really prefer using the clone stamp. So I'm just going to start picking some blemishes on this and some marks which I don't want to be included. So I'll just pick them. So once I'm done with that, I'll just come right to the neck, then I'll pick some of the mark which I don't want. After doing that, I now select the low frequency layer again, then I'll just start brushing. And just, you need to be careful while doing yours. So actually nothing much to really do on the face. So I now get to the hand part, so I'll just start brushing as well. So you can now see there are some marks on the hand which I'm going to use the chrome stamp to pick them off. I'll just zoom it in so that while I'm picking, I'll not leave a scar on it. So I'll pick on the chrome stamp, Then I'll now start picking some of the mark of, so I'll now pick this off, and I'll just come right to this other area. I'll now pick some of, I don't really want it to look really fake, so I'll just leave it natural. So I'll now pick on the mixer brush again, and I'll just make few brushes on this area. So once I'm done, I'll head to this part as well. So I'll just brush this just to make it look smooth. So I'll just brush. So I can now see some mark at that hand area which I don't want it to be included, so I'll just brush it. I'll just pick them off a bit. So I'll come right back here. I'll repeat the same process of brushing it and making it look smooth. So I'll just brush it. So while doing your brushing, you need to take your time and perfect it. I just brush it, take it slow a bit. So once I'm done, I'll zoom it out so you guys can see the before and after. So I actually did it. I didn't actually make it much and obvious so it won't look fake. And this is, so once I'm done brushing the image, what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to smoothen the background, the backdrop, and add the window effect to it. So I'll just close the group and I'll create a new layer, which I'm going to use the shift option command E to create a new layer. So after creating this new layer, what you're going to do next is actually to select the subject. And while selecting the subject, you need to make sure that it's actually accurate. But mine, I already have a save selection on it, so I'll just right click, then I'll load the selection to subject. So it has actually selected the subject. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to duplicate this layer right here. So how I'm going to do that, I'll just click on the command J. So after clicking the command J, you can now see this layer represents only the subject. So after doing that, I'm just going to hide the visibility of it. Then I'll select the two and I will group them. So after that, I'll come right to the layer below and I'll pick on this rectangular tool right here. So once I pick that, I'm just going to make a selection of the, I'm going to make a demarcation between the upper part and the lower part. This part needs to be brighter than this because this is the upper part and this is the lower, which means this is where like our legs are on. So you need to be careful with this part here because you don't want it to look like she's standing on the air or something. So after selecting that, I'm going to pick the eyedropper tool. So I'm just going to pick a sample of what I want this upper part to look like. So once I'll just check for the part which is even for that. So I think here is okay. So after doing that, I'm going to head to my solid color. So you can now see the upper part is brighter. So after doing the solid color, I'll reduce the opacity to 85. So after reducing the opacity to 85, I'll hold my control, then I'll click on the layer mask, then I'm going to select inverse. So it's now going to select the down part. So after selecting the down part, I'll now pick on the mixer brush. So I'll just take it a little bit closer. So I'm going to brush the down. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'll now make sure the brush is in a clean brush, and once I'm done with that, I'll start brushing my image here. So you can now see the mixer brush has affected the leg, but you shouldn't worry about that. So I'm just going to brush. I'll just take it slowly. So when you're brushing, you need to make sure that your brush looks really accurate. So I'm just going to brush. While I'm brushing here, my aim is to make it look smoother than how it was. So I'm just going to brush. I think it's looking better than before. I'll just brush this part. So I think it's actually looking better than how it was before. So once I'm done with that, I'll now deselect this selection here, and I want to fade out this line a bit. So what I'm going to do, I'll select the mask here, and I'll now fade out it a bit. So once you're doing yours, once you reach the setting which you want it, like the fader to be, you now stop. So I want it to remain like that. So I'll now click on the command, then click on the mask again. So I'll invert the selection tool. I'll just add a little bit darkness to it, just to make it look dark and realistic. So once I'm done with this, I'll now bring this down below this solid color. So once I'm done with that, I'll now click on the vibrance, then I'll add saturation to it, and also add the vibrance to 10, and the saturation should be 30. So I'll now select the sorry, the curve, then I'll make it dark a bit. So once I'm done with all of this, what next I'm going to do is to bring the window effect to it. I'll now click on the move tool and I'll select it, then I'll drag the window to the image. So I'll just transform, then size it to how I want it to be, and I'll take it. So once I'm done sizing it, I'll now click on this, then I'll change the blending mode to screen. So you can now see it applied perfectly, but it's kind of looking too shiny. I'll reduce the opacity to 60. So once I reduce the opacity to 60, I want to blur it a bit. So I'll get to my filter, then click on the Gaussian blur, then make sure I increase the radius to 7. So after that, I will hit OK. You can now see it looking realistic. So I'll just come right here to open the subject layer which I duplicated earlier. So after that, then you can now see she's fitting in perfectly. So if you think this line is too much, you can still come back to this, then you increase your fader right here. You can now see it's looking really nice. So this is the before and after of cleaning the backdrop, and also the before and after I was done with the frequency separation and cleaning up the layer. So this is actually how I go about it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel for more tutorial videos coming up. But for now, see you in the next video. Bye.